Potential is an invitation, not debt. Hi, my name is Nyawara Ndambia. Karibu sana to my channel. So what I mean by this is just because you're good at so many things does not necessarily mean you ought to maximize on all the things, okay? So what I've found really works for me is when I act on the things that bring me the highest excitement, because then things are happening for me and not to me. You get me? And throughout this journey of self-awareness, it takes a lot of courage to face your shadows, to take accountability and learn, relearn, discover, rediscover, all these things, right? And then it also, in the same breath, it also takes a lot of courage to face your greatness. You know what I mean? Because ideally, you're healing to get back to your core, your root, who you already are or were all this time. And facing your greatness is, I wrote it down, it's trusting yourself enough to let who you already are become visible. Because you're not healing to become a new person, you're just healing to become a true person, a true you, right? And it's not primarily about finding yourself, it's more so stopping yourself from editing yourself. Yeah, I know. And this journey is a walk of faith. And faith ideally is just believing in things that you're yet to see, right? And through my experience, there are days where my faith is super strong and I'm so grounded and it's beautiful and it's like, you know what I mean? And there are days where my faith is wobbley. It's like, whoa. And what I found really helps me is keeping an evidence journal, okay? Because evidence is a more grounded, how can I say this? Like, you can't rely on your feelings, because sometimes you will feel the feels, but you can rely on evidence, okay? So in my evidence journal, I jot down every time things work out for me, when I get opportunities, or whenever just things work out for me, I jot that down. Whenever I show up for myself or advocate for myself in a way that I didn't used to before, I jot that down. Whenever I respond to a situation, a circumstance, a thing in a different way than I used to respond before, I also jot that down. Actually, it's whenever I respond as opposed to react, I jot that down. So I keep this evidence journal for days where I feel like, whoa, because it grounds me and centers me back into faith. Because it's showing me, you might be feeling this way, this too shall pass. Because sometimes when you're in that wobbliness, you can almost get into a pit where it's like throwing a blanket over everything that's worked out, because one thing can go wrong or not work out and you feel like everything doesn't work out or nothing goes right, and there can be almost like this generalization. And this evidence journal I found like removes that blanket to show me, you might be feeling this way right now, but through the evidence things do work out. You know what I mean? So it grounds me and centers me back into faith and, yeah, groundedness. Another thing that I found really works for me, which I actually mentioned in my previous video, is preparing to receive the things that I'm praying for. Whether that's through talking to people who are already in the spaces I want to be in, or whether it's training my mind to be receptive and open, or to stop being resistant to receiving things that I want, So for example, money. And ideally, if say I'm earning a shilling and I want to move to 10 shillings, right? So when I'm already training my mind to see 10 shillings, then I found that my nervous system was a bit dysregulated, just because this is something new. So it's more so training my mind to see 10 shillings as opposed to 1, 10, 10, 10, 10. projecting that in my mind in a way that now when I see the 10 shillings, like my nervous system doesn't feel there's no like resistance or like tension and all these things. It's almost like training yourself to feel safe in this new reality of having received all the things that you prayed for. Okay, so that also really works for me. Anyway, I hope this helps you, and I hope you go forth and act on your highest excitements and have the courage to face your greatness, because you are great. You are, and you know that, and I just hope you get to see that. Anyway, I hope this helps, and I'll catch you on my next video. Bye.